Okay, so we're at the very end of row number 4. And so, like I said, you're going to do a single crochet into the very last stitch. Right here. So you'll end up with 2 single crochets in a row. And that is the way it should be. Sorry, this one's being a little stubborn. There we go. Alright, so at the end of row 4, you're going to turn your work around and go on to row 5. Now row 5 is exactly the same as row number 3. You're going to go in to this stitch and you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to just do that all the way to the very end. So you should end up with 43 more stitches. Don't forget to keep count, because like I said, if you don't keep count and you miss a stitch, then it's easier if you could catch it right away on the first 1 or 2 rows, you know, after you've made the mistake, than if you get all the way to the end of your project and you're like, why does it look like it's a triangle? And you'd be like, oh, I missed a stitch. And then you have to pull out each single row up until the point where you made the mistake. So that would be a lot more work than if you keep count as you're going. So if I keep count, I should end up with 43 stitches by the end. I mean, as you get more experienced at doing it, maybe you don't need to count as often, because you kind of know exactly where your stitches are, so you're a little easier to do it. But if I'm making a shawl where there are more complicated stitches, I need to make sure that I keep count of how many stitches I've been making. So like I said, just for number 5, you just keep going all the way through. Now in the pattern, it says to repeat the 2nd to 5th rows for Pat until work from beginning measures 13 inches. So you're literally just going to keep repeating row 2, 3, 4, and 5, and just keep going. So you go row 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go back to row 2, 3, 4, 5 until you hit 13 inches or 33 centimeters. And when it says end on a right side row, it means end on either the 3rd row or the 5th row of the pattern. If you come back, I will show you how to do a color change, because as you know, you need 2 balls of wool. It's not really a color change, but an addition to a second ball of wool, and you'll need it about halfway through your project. So come back for that, and